Hey guys, hope you're all well. So today's video is going to be about a commonly asked question by my students, which is how do I manage my time effectively in respect to having commitments with my social life, my personal life, my professional life, and every other life everybody seems to have now. So if we think about this logically, a few points I'd like to give you guys to understand how to manage all this is, first things first, prioritize. You have to prioritize what is important at this particular moment, at this particular time. And how do you prioritize? You work out what is important to you based upon risk and reward. Whatever you can focus on at this particular time with a higher reward and lower risk, that is what you should be focusing on. For example, if you've got an assignment due next Monday and you've got this whole week free, or you've got a few things going on this week, pencil in a bit more time for that assignment. Get it done, focus on it, and work hard at it. If you've got a exam next Monday or next Tuesday and you have a couple of family events to go to, delay them, don't go to them, work on your exam. If you are not fully satisfied that you are ready for your exam, use that time to work on your exam, and maybe then you will feel ready for that exam. And do not leave that exam until you're 100% convinced that you've given it your all. Prioritizing is one of the most important points when it comes to time management, because it helps you eliminate stress, and stress comes normally from not prioritizing properly, or it comes from not organizing properly. Point number two is that the essence of time management is actually scheduling. Not scheduling like your friend's schedules or like your uncle's schedules or like Elon Musk or Bill Gates schedules. Work out how you are as a personality. For example, myself, let's say I've got 3 assignments due and 2 exams due. What I would do is, let's say I would go to the library, or I'd go to wherever I go to do my work, and from 9 till 11 o'clock I would work on one thing. From 11:30 till 12 I would work on something else, because you have to constantly shock the brain, as the brain is also a muscle as well. It's a muscle, so you need to work on different places at different times, otherwise you will basically pressure it to a point where it will become numb. So you will start off, let's say for example you do one thing for 2 hours, then do something else for 2 hours, do 10% work on everything. So for example, if I have an assignment, I might just go through simplifying the contents of the assignment, then for 2 hours do that, then move on to the exam. I might just learn the content of the exam for like half an hour or 2 hours, then I will move on to a project. I might just go through the project brief for 2 hours, at least to the point where I am understanding what I'm going to be doing. After that, it becomes easier because I've simplified everything. I'm no longer going to be stressing about it. And then as I manage time more appropriately and I'm more relative to what I need to do, things become easier, and time is then managed appropriately. Guys, finally, point number 3, remember one thing: a human being does not have the capacity to take on a lot of information at once, which is why you have to break it down. So what I prefer to do is, let's say I've got a month till an exam, which is 4 weeks. I call it the different gears, but in week number 1, I'd step on gear 1 a bit, and I'd do a little bit of information research, a bit of simple research, a bit of something that just helped me a little bit, because I'm not too yet relevant as to what the exam is going to be about, or I don't want to go head in because I'll just get confused. Second week, I'll do a bit more. I'll go a bit deeper, I'll go get more information, I'll do more research, I'll advance on my first week knowledge. Week 3, which will be gear 3, I will go a bit faster. I'll go a bit, I'll go a bit more in depth. I'll do a bit more research, and then gear 4 and 5, I'll just do past papers for the exam. Because for the first 3 weeks, I've learned the knowledge, I've gained relevance to it, I've understood it, I'm able to explain to people, I've processed the knowledge through my usual way of doing things, and then I'll just do exam papers, and that normally gives me success in exams. With assignments, I will do the same thing. I'll spend the first 2 weeks understanding what exactly the assignment's asking for, and then after that, I would pretty much to use the same formula. So gear 1, week 1, gear 2, week 2, gear 3, week 3, gear 4, week 4, and if there's a 5th week, gear 5, week 5. That's how I would normally work on that. Remember one thing: a human being cannot take on everything at once. Another advice I'd like to give within the same point is that, remember, starting is the most difficult part. Once you've started, everything else becomes easier. Do not stress. Do not think the mountain is greater than you. You are greater than the mountain. So guys, back when I was a student, I used to struggle with this stuff a lot, because me being myself, I used to get bored very quickly. I used to always look for a challenge that would challenge my intelligence. So a couple of points, a couple of times, I got really stressed. So what I decided was, let's figure out how to actually manage time. So I tried different methods in different ways. I made a lot of mistakes. I lost a few clients on the way. I lost a few students. So at one point, while I was in uni, I was teaching, I was doing my assignments, I was doing my exams, I was working on projects for clients, I was doing all sorts of things. It's not impossible, it can be done. But then I realized that I was burning myself out. I wasn't doing all correctly, because I was not even hitting the deadlines and targets I was supposed to hit, because I was doing everything at once. Because what I would do is I would pick up a project and I would work on that project for like 12 hours a day. I spend my entire 12 hours and then I'd be working on that. Then I realized, okay, this is actually wrong. What I'm doing, I'm not actually working. I'm not actually doing something advantageous. I'm rather disadvantaging myself, because I'm not picking up what I need to pick up in this. So what I started doing was I started using this 10-20% rule. So from 8 till 10, I'd work on something, and I'd put that away. I'd work for something else for 2 hours. At 12, I'd take a break for 1 hour. And then from 1 to like 3, I'd work on something else. And from 3 to 5, I'd work on something else. And by the time I know it, I've made like 10-20% progress on everything that I have. And then if you do that for a whole week, you'll get like 50 or 60 or 70% progress from the whole week, based on obviously how far you go into it, but everything will be getting done. So this question normally comes up with my students when we're discussing my course. So my course is basically built for you guys to enhance your portfolios, to enhance yourself, to use my knowledge that I teach to be able to get you guys from zero to hero, to transform you guys from students of university that are confused, misguided, and confused, with no confidence and no motivation, to basically get you guys employable, to get you guys to the high of the market, and to get you guys to a place where employers want you. But the issues my students have most of the time is time management. The good thing about my course is that it's built around you students, so it's on demand knowledge. You can get it whenever you want. I've minimized the knowledge into 5-minute videos, so you're able to explain you're able to explain the information, you're able to explain the concepts. Half of the lesson is theory and half the lesson is practical. Now the beauty of this lesson is it'll enhance your portfolio and it enhance you as a student. Now the common issue my students have is time management, but in this I've given you all the solutions to time management, and I hope you guys can benefit from this and learn and understand that you can do whatever you want to do if you just manage your time. Guys, I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please like, share, or subscribe, and press the bell icon to get notifications of my videos. I will continue releasing these videos every single Monday, and if you guys want me to talk about anything in particular that you need help on, please let me know in the comments below, and I shall see you next week. Thank you.